Well, I'm Toby.
And I'm Savannah.
And this is Clone Wars, episode 11, Shattered, from a certain point of view. So we have our theory video already out, so you can watch that to see what we think is going to happen this episode. And I don't really want to waste time doing a big intro, because I really want to watch this. So let's go ahead and just start it up.
Council waiting.
And Master Skywalker, were you able to contact him?
He was at the meeting when I left to get you.
Go on. I can handle this.
I sense a plot to destroy the Jedi. The dark side of the Force surrounds the Chancellor.
If he does not give up his emergency powers after the destruction of Grievous, then he should be removed from office.
The Jedi Council would have to take control of the Senate in order to secure a peaceful transition.
To a dark place, this line of thought will carry us. Great care we must take. Not as a Jedi.
No, not yet.
Trying to get her back, Yoda. Come on.
Actually, I was hoping to speak with General Skywalker.
I'm sorry, citizen. These matters are for the Council to discuss.
God, May, stop being such a dick.
I understand. I'll tell him myself when I see him.
That was a mistake.
Be with you.
You didn't tell them what Maul said about General Skywalker.
No, I didn't.
You're gonna regret that.
What is
Damn.
that?
It almost...
It's Ursa.
Nice.
I suspect even Maul couldn't get out of there.
A relic of a bygone era when Mandalorians had reason to imprison you force-wielding maniacs.
I thought your sister outlawed such devices.
God, this music. He looks terrifying.
Right?
The Republic couldn't have asked for better soldiers, nor I a better friend.
Nice.
Oh, God.
Oh my God, it's happening.
Execute Order 66.
Yes, Lord Sidious.
Oh my God, he doesn't have the chip out.
He doesn't. So how's he gonna stop this?
It's Anakin. I feel like something terrible has happened.
Come on, Rex.
Rex?
Oh, God.
No.
I knew it. He's fighting
Rex.
it.
What's happening?
Stay back.
Come on.
Find him. Find him. Flash. Find him.
Oh, she is.
Oh my God.
Nice.
He's not killing any of them.
Don't make me regret this.
Can't you give me a fighting chance?
I'm not rooting for you. Now get going.
Just go be my distraction.
R7, patch into the central computer. Bring up every secure file on Clone Trooper CT-5555.
Oh, because they said fives.
Said find fives, yeah. Find fives.
Okay, Rex. What am I looking for? Try Anakin's passcode. 8108.
Nice, well done.
I know this report's gonna fall on deaf ears, but I owed the files to record what I saw.
Maul is doing his job.
Yeah. Maul's doing what he does best.
Oh, and there he is. Just, whoa, shit. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh.
He just decapitated them.
With
Oh
parts
my
of the
God.
wall. Holy.
Oh my god, he just cut that guy in half.
Ah.
Not clear, not clear.
Oh my god, he's gonna lose an arm.
Oh my god.
Lost an arm.
No, you are.
Yeah.
I'm right here.
Nice.
Nice. Well done.
Oh, we're trying not to hurt him.
We're gonna pick him up. Oh, with the droids, okay. I was like, damn, how is she picking him up?
Gigi, if they override the door controls, you have to reseal it fast.
We got the droids are on their side.
Right? Nice.
You found it? R7, get him under and remove that thing. I don't know if it will work, but if it doesn't, we're dead anyway. Get ready on the door.
Nice.
Oh. Nice.
Rex,
Nice.
There you go, buddy.
okay?
Yeah, kid. I'm okay. Sorry for what happened earlier. I almost killed you.
How widespread is this?
Ahsoka, it's all of us. The entire Grand Army of the Republic has been ordered to hunt down and destroy the Jedi Knights.
What?
Yeah, that was like, you know, the best episode of the Clone Wars ever. I mean, it was everything you'd hope for and more. I knew Rex would be able to fight the Order. I knew that
He
was.
did, and he didn't. So
No, yeah, I mean, he did it enough to say something and was able to misdirect his fire right off the bat.
Yeah.
Long enough, and then obviously the chip did do its job and took over his mind completely, just to execute the order.
I mean, it makes sense. He had that extra knowledge with fives after going through everything with fives that he was able to do that, whereas the other ones like Cody and all, they didn't have that.
Yeah, nobody else had that.
They didn't really know. So they didn't have that extra like clue.
I mean, it was all the dialogue. It was the whole everything from episode 3. It was you could hear the fight between Windu and Sidious, and then with Anakin running in and saying, "What have I done?" And
yeah, some of it definitely sounded like he'd re-recorded it, but some of it, like especially the "I need him," sounded exactly like Hayden Christensen.
Oh yeah, it sounded like they just pulled the
line from the movie.
Yeah, I very much think so. What a crazy way to do it. We know what she's feeling, even because we've seen it.
Yeah.
So we know exactly what's happening, and how her and Maul are feeling. Every Force-sensitive person's gonna feel this ripple through the whole Force.
Yeah, but Maul is feeling it like from the moment he's put in that thing, just the whole episode. Like Maul is just sitting there, and his eyes were making me freaking nervous because literally the second they show his eyes, it's just.
Yeah, because that's all you can see. He's trussed up like Hannibal Lecter.
This was like.
Yeah.
He was making me nervous, man. The whole freaking episode. Well, up until it happened, because he knew it was coming.
I mean, obviously, we weren't completely right on what we thought was going to happen in this episode. They're actually not teaming up to get away. She's just releasing Maul as a distraction so she can get to Rex.
Yeah. To
try to figure this out with him, and just released him so that she can get away. Pretty much was the main thing. I mean, in that fight. When they all just swarmed her on that table, when she was on that hollow table.
Yeah.
I mean, the skill with her lightsaber and her acrobatics just like shows how much she's learned throughout this war, and like and that she was able to, while the blocking blaster bolts, able to cut a hole into the ceiling so she could get away. That part was just awesome. Hearing Palpatine yet again say "Execute Order 66" just sends chills down your bone. You knew it was coming, and you still got chills. Like, it was a really good episode of the Clone Wars.
Yeah. The music, again, entirely different than the music of like any other episode in the whole series. And the music was freaking anxious as
it put you on edge the whole time.
It was just nothing but anxiety-driven music up until Order 66 happened, and then it sprung into action. Like, it was the action music. But I mean, that it was just nothing but strings and crunch chords. It was making me so uncomfortable.
And Mace just, I mean, seeing the scene from episode 3 of Mace saying, "I sense a plot to destroy the Jedi," and then just him being like kind of an ass there. I'm sorry, citizen. It's like, dude, come on, get off your high horse. I'm sorry, but like Mace definitely was one of the ones that I'm like, you really, really deserve this. Like, not because you're a bad person, but because you're just so dogmatic. You're being so stupid. And Yoda trying to, hanging back there for a second, like, hey, what do you got? Not that he would even be able to get the message to Anakin anyways. If Ahsoka had said it, it was way too late.
What they should have done is not send him to talk to the Chancellor and let him stay to talk to Ahsoka, but they don't care.
Right? I just love how they just piece it in. They just give us bits of something else that's happening in the galaxy, like, so we know exactly where in episode 3 we are.
Yeah, like, right now, Anakin is going to tell the Chancellor about Obi-Wan on Utapau, like...
Yep, and that he should be defeated soon and whatnot.
They just would have stopped making him go tell the Chancellor things. Stop it.
Yeah,
we don't trust the Chancellor, if we don't trust the Chancellor, and for some reason we're not trusting Anakin, so who should we send to talk to the Chancellor? Like, what?
Right, yeah.
No!
Should not have done it. There's so many different things that they should have happened to just stop all this from happening. And I agree with them, Chancellor had way too much power and he was in control for way too long. But why would the Jedi have to take over to make things smooth? Like, the Senate has procedures for this, I'm sure. So the Jedi should have just stayed out of it completely, still. And
what the Jedi should have been doing was approaching the Senate like, hey, you guys gonna do something about this? Be
like, hey, we're worried and we think that there's this bigger arcing thing over here, so...
Go to Bail and Padme and all, they will gladly look into that for you.
Yeah.
I mean, they've succeeded, they've actually succeeded at politics in this universe, and magically, somehow, that has happened.
Yeah, so let them do it. That was another mistake I think Mace said, that the Jedi would have to take control to do that. I mean, that plays right into everybody's hand.
Yeah, it makes
right
it look
into
like
Emperor's hand.
Yeah. Makes you look like you're committing treason. Like it just
like
makes you look bad.
you're trying to do a Jedi or taking over.
Yeah.
You know, so if they just hadn't done that, and you know, they could have went with a bunch of troopers and other things to arrest the Chancellor.
Yeah.
But the Jedi just went themselves. That's not what they were supposed to be doing. They should have taken troopers with them, or you know, even Senate troop guard and stuff. Everybody else. There was no reason for the Jedi to go alone.
Yeah.
But they did, and we know what happens because of that. Palpatine's plan comes to fruition, and Anakin goes to the dark side. It'll be really interesting to see what's going to happen with Ahsoka and Rex now. Since everybody's still on the ship. Maul's still on the ship running amok.
Yeah.
And everybody's still on the ship, so it's going to be interesting to see.
They're trapped in that room, and the rest of the clones are about to come in. So we haven't...
And all the escape pods are most likely destroyed at this point, because Rex ordered that to have happened.
So we haven't... Rex hasn't had to... Well, he fired on those two. But we're about to see Rex have to kill a lot of clones.
Well, and one thing that was interesting, I mean, I saw one clone body in the initial attack on Ahsoka. But otherwise, all of her attacks against the clones haven't been lethal.
Yeah. Unlike Maul's, oh my god.
Yeah, which Maul, you know, he's just cutting off heads, cutting people in half, and then cutting off arms. He wanted the whole limbs. I mean, he really paid homage to the Star Wars limb losing, which is great. I mean, that's awesome.
That whole scene with Maul was freaking intense.
Mm-hmm. I want to learn more about what they were keeping him in. I wonder if it's got like maybe some force dampening powers to it. That
I would assume so. Because they said they used it against the Jedi specifically.
Right, yeah, when any one of them got out of control or something.
Yeah.
So I would like to learn a lot more about that, and it's just going to be interesting to see where the last episode, where's it going to take place in the episode 3 part. Because I feel like Ahsoka's not going to talk to she's not going to talk to Obi-Wan, we know that.
Yeah, no.
She's probably not going to talk to Yoda at all.
Probably not.
So she's not going to... I mean, we might see some other Jedi. They really kind of shined that light more on Mace, that he was kind of just an ass. And that
being an ass.
Yeah, and I just don't see them doing that, wanting to do that to Yoda.
Yeah. Mace is definitely being an ass. But my guess would be, like, from his point of view, is to walk away from the Jedi Order. That's probably a big deal to them. You know, some of them meditate on it, some of them accept it, and then you have the ones like Mace who are gonna be like, well, she left us, so fuck her, you know?
I think they did it perfectly, and it was wonderful, and it's everything we could have hoped for and more. But it would have been super interesting just to see more of Order 66 actually happening.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, I think what they did was great, and I loved every moment of it and how it all just went together, especially with new images, with old words, overlapping those together was fantastic, but I really want to see Order 66, like...
I mean, it's very possible they still could. They could even start the next episode with, like, a horrible mashup of all of them dying again.
Well, and maybe even these rumored other episodes, maybe those could be Order 66. Like, we could see Master Balaba and Padawan Dune escape, you know, her sacrificing, him escaping. We could see more of that, because we know there was other ones that did survive. We could see, like, the turning of the one Jedi Guardian who became the Grand Inquisitor.
Right.
We could see the other Inquisitors becoming, you know, what Jedi were they? Is the Sixth Sister Barriss? I mean, that was always something that people said. But it'd be interesting to see that kind of stuff. And that's what they could do with those other episodes if they really wanted to do even more.
That's true.
Just because I think it would just be interesting to see, as much as it would hurt me to watch more Jedi die, it would just be really interesting to see.
Right.
And see, you know, is Rex the only clone that fought it? Even a little bit. Did in every other... Because then I would go back to what you said, that he had that extra knowledge, and that's why he was able to fight it. Is that would like make that a solid, concrete thing. So that would be cool. But I mean, that's it. The galaxy is forever changed now. I mean,
yeah.
And I just love that this went into episode 3. I love that we just got through Order 66. I'm still having goosebumps from just Palpatine saying it again. It was...
I almost want there to be more of that sense and overlapping of words and stuff with Obi-Wan and Anakin's fight
Yeah,
duel.
she can somehow sense that.
Yeah, I mean, that would be nice just to have that overlapping. They're probably not going to redo it. Because...
Like, and right when it all happened, you knew what was happening. You hear that lightsaber igniting.
Yeah.
And because of Maul and like how he reacted, I honestly thought that was Anakin going into the council chambers against the younglings.
Yeah.
Like that's what I thought. Like because Maul's like sensing this huge. Because as soon as Anakin did that, that was his push. That was Darth Vader's ascent into the dark side. Actually, I'm gonna say descent into dark side. In the end, I like it even more what they did. That it was just all of it. That he was. It was more sensing like the beginning of it all, like, and just Anakin hadn't even turned to the dark side yet, so there was like nothing, and it's just oh my god. I'm excited to see how they're gonna get off the ship. I'm very glad that I was right. I do like being right. It is nice. That was a great episode. I can't wait to wake up at a normal time this Friday and rewatch that again. And that's gonna be one I'm gonna watch again and again. I mean, just watching and like this, what I was going to say this earlier, this would have been like the one instance where there should have been blood in Star Wars for the first time. Because every other time somebody loses a limb, it's chopped off with a lightsaber. That's going to instantly cauterize that. Maul was not doing that. I mean, that metal wasn't hot, so it wasn't sealing things up. So there should have been blood, and I mean, obviously, again, they can't do that, but I mean, how crazy would that have been?
How do we get away with chopping heads off and cutting people in half in a kids show?
No blood. Good, we got it then. That won't scar anybody.
Like the Disney movies, like Tangled. Like, oh hey, look, that knife has no blood on it, and you literally just stabbed him.
But you'll be fine. There's no blood, so it's okay.
There's no blood. It's fine.
I mean, and you heard it. You heard that metal slicing through flesh. Like they made that sound very distinct. And I was like, oh my god.
I think the scarier sound of that was the helmets on the ground.
Oh my god.
After that.
Right? I mean, and it very much mimicked Yoda chopping up the two clone heads in episode 3 that were turning on him. That were up there, Commander Gree and whatever trooper was up there with him. Just Maul. And he did that he was fucking killing him with no lightsaber. He was like, in the end, he didn't even need the lightsaber. I think the lightsaber would have slowed him down.
Walk too. He literally is like slowly walking in the hallway like, what's up, guys? You're about to die. Like,
it was almost, if you put that blood in there, that would have been a horror kind of scene.
Yeah.
This menacing thing, almost like Vader showing up in Rogue One with his hallway scene.
Yeah.
Not as epic as Vader's hallway scene.
But it was very like similar. They definitely played on that. They did that on purpose.
Yeah, did the slow walk down there and everything. And I'm sure if we go back, we'll hear certain musical tones and stuff that will kind of even link them faster. Like in Rogue One, that music is the Imperial March is sped up. Like that's the music that's playing. So it'd be interesting to kind of dissect that a little bit more. But
yeah, we would love to do full breakdowns. Once this series is over, we would love to do like full breakdowns of some videos. By
far the best episode of the Clone Wars yet. I mean, that was just utterly fantastic. We had Cody, who we kind of got to know in episode 3, he became a major part. In the Clone Wars he did. But this is Rex. Rex came from the Clone Wars TV show. This is somebody we've been following for like the last 7 seasons, which has been like 10 years almost that we've been doing this. And to watch him and the 501st, especially the 501st that detached themselves and painted their helmets to match Ahsoka. Watching them turn on Ahsoka, that was hard.
The strange sense of watching. They have like her facial markings painted on their helmets while they're hunting her down. It's so...
Yeah, it was... I mean, to have that... And I would imagine that even a lot of clones probably, after this all happens, some clones probably killed themselves because they couldn't take it. Because, like, even with Luke and Rex, they remember what they did. They remember all of it now.
Yeah.
So the second that it happens, they remember. So I'm sure that some of them have a hard time living with that after this. And that was fantastic. I really don't know what else to say. I'm going to learn more about that, whatever contraption they were keeping Maul in. I want to learn more about that. And I want to learn more about like the artwork that was on the front of it. There's a lot of Mandalorian stuff on there.
Yeah.
That I would like to see.
I'm sure that another YouTuber will have a breakdown of that pretty quick here, so we can...
We'll watch that.
We'll be watching that.
But I mean, that was just... I mean, again, it felt like I was watching episode 3. These last 3 episodes, and hopefully the next one, I've just had this crazy different feeling than the entire season has had.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say it's more of a crazier feeling than any other episodes of like the previous seasons, but this is heavy. And one of my thoughts was like, oh, they snuck a droid episode in on us.
They
real
did.
quick.
They totally did.
They snuck some droid episodes in there.
They're like, real quick, you know how you guys are kind of like don't always pay attention to our droids? Well,
now you have to. And I love that the droids carried Rex. The way that they did that was
yeah.
I was like, wow, that's pretty smart and quick thinking of feet on Ahsoka's part. But that was just cool to see that. I mean, she has her lightsabers now. So what's gonna happen with that? I mean, because the old canon was that she buried them with Rex's blasters.
Yeah.
You know, in like graves to signify their death. So that's gonna be interesting to see what happens. Thank Odin that they did find them, because she would not have survived that without her lightsabers.
Yeah. The interesting thing though about going back to the droids though was that the second she turned them on, they knew something was going on.
Yeah, they knew something was up.
They were all like jittery and beeping and stuff, and she's like, "I know, guys, it's okay, calm down." Like,
relax. We're figuring this out as we go.
So it's interesting to me that they instantly knew something was going on. It's almost like they picked up on a transmission or something.
Well, my guess is something went into the ship's like records and stuff, and
yeah.
Maybe while they're sitting there, you know, they're probably plugged in charging even maybe, and they're kind of getting continue just in case, you know, so that way if also something does happen, they're battle ready to go with whatever the commanders or anybody on the ship needs them to be doing. So that would make sense. But yeah, that was, you know, super that they instantly came awake and they're all like, holy shit, what's going on here? Yeah. Again, I still don't know how they're gonna get off the ship. It's gotta drop out of hyperspace or something, because there's no, unless they haven't destroyed all the escape pods yet. Fair. You know. Or maybe we're gonna see something else that this ship can do that we didn't even know was possible. Maybe there's this, you know, like a separate part that will break off or something, or you can do something with. I don't know. But it will be super interesting. Especially since Maul's still on the loose. This is his rampage, and whatever happens now, he's gonna put himself going towards where he is in Rebels. So it'll be really cool to see the Darksaber come into play one more time, real quick.
Yeah.
I would love that, but I'm assuming that's over on Dathomir.
They must have gotten there before they even all got there.
Well, yeah, I mean, so I think that Maul must have put it there in between since the last time we've seen him and until we saw him now in this season. Yeah. The Son of Dathomir comics will probably explain some of that for us when we get those and read those. So that'll explain that, I'm sure. But I mean, it's there. Everything's done. Grievous is dead. We won't see him anymore in the Clone Wars. Dooku's dead. All the Jedi are dead. And all the clone troopers turned against him. Breaks your heart even more again, even though. And we knew it was coming, but yet it's Order 66. It's what takes it. Let us know down in the comments what you thought of the episode. What was your favorite part?
Let's talk about this, because there's a lot to unpack here.
This is a very like heavy emotional episode, and it didn't. And the episode knew that it was going to be emotionally heavy, but it didn't rely on us knowing already about our emotional heaviness. Right. It gave us even more to pack on top of that. It's just like, oh my god, like Filoni here, you're breaking our hearts because you're supposed to with this beautifulness. He's going down a path I can follow. Let us know what you guys thought, and until next time, may the films be with you.